Hello, and welcome back. We're gonna call this another Let's Try. I don't think I want to do a series on Avorion, but as I mentioned in my first video, there's a lot to cover in this game. A lot, and I scarcely scratched the surface in the first episode. I definitely mentioned some of the more kind of macro features, but I didn't really have an opportunity to show them off. I'm just gonna try and dock on this here station. But yeah, this is actually the same ship as you saw in the first episode, if you want to call it an episode, but first video, which has gone through heavy redesigns and upgrades, and it's as close to a 6 subsystem ship as it can get. And the reason for that is because I am struggling to find a build, basically build knowledge for Neonite, which is the next building tier. But I have tons and tons of Neonite, which I'll talk about why and where from. But I'm just docking with this station because I wanted to take off my economy subsystem and slap on a better economy subsystem. This is a high-tech trading subsystem, and it's going to give us a longer range. I just want to see if I have a better one. These colors are not in the same. Like, no two subsystems are necessarily built equally. So this one actually has a higher number of trade route sectors. This one has 7. This one has 8. And I actually almost didn't do this because I noticed it said economy overview galaxy map was not covered on this one, but that's actually not true, because if I permanently install it, and I basically always permanently install things, then I will get the economy overview. And now when I go to the map, well, there's not a lot going on here because there's only the one system, but as soon as I go to a more populated part of the galaxy, then I'll be able to see a bit more of what is hot or what is not. I'm raising my reputation with some of the locals, maybe do some trading, because I want to show off what that looks like when you're a little bit more established. And I'm also going to cover fleet, and this is where I've been getting all of my Neonite. I now have a fleet of ships that all cover a range of different tasks. What I'm going to do right now, actually, is I'm going to head home. I don't know if I showed this off in the last video, but one of my missions gave me a wormhole device, and when I use that, it's basically a Diablo-esque portal back to my home base, and we can go there. We can, it's free to repair there. I've actually used this for trade routes. It's a little bit of a cheesy way you can make trade routes a little bit quicker, but yeah, you can really make use of that to get basically halfway across the galaxy. I just made a trip from all the way from down here. I was right here to all the way up here. That's almost like halfway towards the center of the galaxy. It's a little bit too close to the center of the galaxy. I'm still a titanium ship, so I'm not really I don't think I'm really very well prepared for the oncoming dangers. But now if I look at, say, like platinum, which is a good I commonly trade in, although it's starting to show the limit of its usefulness. You can see almost my full hyperdrive range, exactly how valuable or not valuable platinum is. We can check our noble metal mine. Let's see here. Here's our trading overview, and we can see how well things trade for. Let me see. Power units is apparently the price difference here is kind of insane. It's a full plus 30%. So if I can find processors or power units, then that would be ideal. Now it just so happens I know where to find those at a very good price. But what we want to do right now is buy from stations. And yeah, we have a good chunk of platinum here. This system has been my go-to for buying platinum. There might be better ones, but because it's in my home system, it's very, very convenient for me. So what we're going to do, actually, I wanted to keep that open. I actually love this. This quality of life feature is very, very nice. It's just like hitting that button, and then it highlights and like locks on to the station in question. So yeah, we're gonna do a little bit of trading. We're not gonna do any more mining. I've actually kind of like strayed away from mining. I don't find it to be as interesting as it was, mostly because I have my fleet doing that now. You're gonna set a range. Let me just go ahead and buy the max amount of platinum. I don't know if that means, I think that's just because my my cargo is actually limiting. It's better to have your money limit how much you're buying rather than your cargo. We're gonna go to elusive call alpha. So let's go down here, highlight the portal, and we're going to elusive call alpha so that I can basically use a wormhole to travel across the entire galaxy for an entirely different economy, which has been serving me quite well. Yeah, so you need a captain on your ship, and you can either found and build your own ship from a blueprint or from your own design, or you can have one generated for you. I have learned over time that having one generated for you is almost worse than useless, because they don't really have a very good sense of balance when making those ships. I'd rather spend like a little bit more in order to build a better ship, but honestly it's just more expensive than building your own. So I might recommend like find a design that you like, a simple design, and I actually use previous versions of the ship I'm currently flying. It's a good reason why when you upgrade your ship you should save a new copy of your ship so that you can keep older versions. And that actually, it does a really nice job of like giving your fleet, your whole kind of like fleet of ships of a little bit of character, because they all kind of look like you, but they also you know, they're not as expensive, and you still end up with the coolest ship. Let's I'm gonna do a hyper. You might notice that my hyperdrive space is kind of absurd. In fact, for the first time in a long time, I've actually been running into energy problems. It's because I fully leaned into hyperspace boost because I wanted to try and see how hard I could lean into trading. Trading has been very fun for me, honestly. And I know it's like, it seems like such a very, I am sure for some very boring thing, but I just love like trying to find a good route and trying to find like both a to and from. And this one that I'm doing right now has been an amazing to and from route, where I don't just get a good paycheck going there, but I also get a good paycheck coming back. And I've raised close to, well, all my money with this route. So I'm showing it off, and it also shows off how wormholes work, which basically they're the same as gateways, except this one goes literally across the entire galaxy, which is, I don't know if that's like completely procedurally generated, but it's very, very useful, because when you're going across the entire galaxy, you end up in you know, a completely new and different economy. And that means all of the prices are going to be different. And that is really nice, because you can basically buy whatever you want and come back and it'll be almost, you know, worth its weight in gold. So we are where we want to be. Oh, I guess to cap off my thoughts on the hyperspace, I wanted to extend the range as much as possible, and in doing so, that did also raise the cost for hyperspace. So it's kind of a double-edged sword. I wanted to see how well I could, you know, make that work, and it does work. It is worth it, but it is also quite costly. So if I ever have to do like 2 or 3 jumps, sometimes I have to sit around and wait a little bit while I charge. We're gonna go to this computer component factory. Not only are we selling all of our platinum here, but we are also going to buy some stuff. So we're gonna sell all that. I just made close to 1 million credits, but a lot of that, you have to remember, was used to purchase the platinum. And it looks like I'm improving my reputation with someone. I really want to improve my reputation with a certain oh, this is Empire of Chide. Wonder what my reputation with them is. There's a specific reason I even care. My relationship's actually pretty good, seeing as I've done quite a few trades. But anyway, we are going to buy, we could buy semiconductors. We can have a quick look at our trading overview here. So we can buy processors from here at negative 30%, and those, like right away, I should absolutely go for that. Let me see here. Oh, right, I was in the wrong window, my bad. So right away, we're gonna go ahead and buy 141 processors. I would love to buy more. That is all they have for now. I can also buy displays. Displays are also really good, and I know exactly where to buy those as well. Or sorry, yes, to sell those. We can have a quick look. Displays are also at negative 22%, so that's really nice. So I'll go ahead and buy all their displays. Those are like, that's 1.3 million credits right there. That's no chump change, and it doesn't fill out my cargo, which is really nice. It's a very expensive commodity, is really the kind of end of that. Prices are still kind of dictated by location, like where they are. Like you can see here, platinum is like red hot, so it's very, very valuable. But you know, the station itself also matters. They'll only buy platinum if they need platinum. So this is a computer component factory. Obviously they want platinum because they're going to want them for components. I don't know how much of this I talked about in my first video, but your ship is dictated by a certain number of things. There's a lot of things you can, you know, slap on your ship. We'll have a quick look. You know, you can, I have some of these integrity fields. These just kind of improve the how sturdy your blocks are. They're not actually shields. I thought they were at first, but then you do have things like actual shield generators. So how come I can't build shield generator? It says not available in this material, right? So I have to do it in neonite. Neonite is the first material that lets you build shield generators, but obviously I don't have the knowledge to build a neonite. Also, how many subsystems you can plug into your ship is dictated by your size, but also gated by the material, your building knowledge, because I can't actually reach 6. If I build my ship any bigger, it'll actually tell me, no way, Jose, you can't do it, because you haven't researched neonite. Neonite will unlock that 6th subsystem slot, but also let me build my ship bigger. So they're basically, both the size and the subsystem number are gated by your current tier of knowledge, if that makes sense. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and complete this trading route. I'll do a pause here so you don't have to necessarily see this part. It actually occurred to me, rather than going back the traditional way, I could just use my wormhole. There we go. There is a limit to this. Yeah. That's a weird thing, is it has to generate the place in order for this to actually work. There's a limit to how often you can use the wormhole. It's like half an hour between, but that half an hour, it goes quite quickly. So we're just gonna go, I'm gonna go sell this stuff. We'll see how much money I make. We want to sell here. We can sell displays. They only sell it plus 14%, so that's not great. I know they're sold or bought, sorry, by anti-grav unit factories. Yeah, so this is the place I've been selling to, and also this location has some anti-grav unit factories. That's the one that's buying our processors. They also have a car factory. We do care about the car factory because they buy displays, and I'm pretty sure the price of displays are pretty good in this region as well. So like, is trading your thing? Probably not. I always look at trading as kind of the baseline for, you know, space sims, like how compelling the space sim is in general. The reason being is if you can make trading interesting, if you can make it compelling, then I think you can probably make just about anything pretty compelling. You see here 32%. I'm gonna go ahead and just highlight one of those. I do have a hard time seeing the indicator for like what direction it is in, but I always find it eventually. It's not bad. It's not the game's fault, it's my fault, but I do wish maybe there were like 1 or 2 accessibility options that would let me like make it bold, you know, like just make the line a little bit thicker or make it flash or something so I could see a bit more easily. These old man eyes, you know, they're not gamer eyes anymore. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and sell our processors here, 141. We just made 1.5 million from that, and then we're gonna go ahead and look at sell blaze. Plus 23% is not bad. There is a vehicle factory, and I guess they do want some, so I'll do it at the vehicle factory. These stations are also pretty close, even from the entry point. So like, you know, sometimes these stations can be like 60 to 80 kilometers away from you, from the entry point, and you can find yourself traveling for quite a bit. I tend to overdo the engines, so it's not a big problem for me because I can like I can travel at a pretty ridiculous clip if I want to. Go ahead and sell our displays, and we'll do 216. Boop. And we just made 2 million credits from that. So from that whole trip, we made about close to 2 million credits. So, you know, we're getting up there for money. I'm sure that's small potatoes still compared to what you can really do. But I just appreciate, I really love that the game has these kind of features. Trade market, there's like a real kind of like feeling of economy where, you know, different locations will buy things at higher and lower prices. But then also the fact that there's a function for that thing. Like genuinely, this station here, the vehicle factory, is making vehicles. Like let's go to buy. They are actually making vehicles. In fact, they're not just making vehicles in a kind of like a static sense. They're genuinely using the displays that I sold them to make those vehicles. And I just think that there's a wonderful sense of function there. Like if I wanted to establish my own station, which who knows, if I ever do another one of these videos, it'll probably include station building. If I wanted to make a vehicle factory, I would have to factor into that where I'm going to source displays from, where I'm going to source energy generators from. So like it's you know, there's a sense of function, there's a sense of economy, there's a sense of logic to all of it that makes the galaxy actually kind of feel lived in and not just like this like weird amorphous blob, you know, with mechanics in it. That's something that I give Avorion a lot of credit for. It didn't have to go to such lengths of detail. But enough about trading. I can show you, I do have a cargo and escort here. This is like my one trade group. So like I could go and have them procure and then sell. Just need to find a good trade route for them to do in this local system. I'll have them travel to my home system, and this is exactly what the window looks like. I'll have them go their fastest. There's no ambush you know, probability here at all. It's going to be very fast. And they, you know, they have a captain. Their captain is actually a smuggler, and they have in fact made some XP progress. I have asked them to smuggle stuff. I suppose what I could do is have them procure stolen platinum. Is something I have done before, and then sell it. I haven't found that to be very profitable or really all that worthwhile, and I don't know if it's because I'm not doing it very well, but there's a huge cost associated with selling stolen goods. So I find it actually not very worthwhile, because basically you have to pay someone to unmark them, and that's like almost half the price of the goods. Wait a minute, I still have a bunch of stuff on me. Oh yeah, I have potatoes. I'm just gonna go ahead and dump potatoes. I'm sure they're worthwhile somewhere, but I don't care. We do have some scrap. Let's go and refine that scrap real quick, because I don't want to have this in my inventory anymore. Actually, is that one closer? It is closer. It is a resource merchant. I'm not sure. Oh, that's a mobile resource. Those are the mobile merchants. I wouldn't say they're rare, but they're not kind of consistent, so we could go and have a look at them. Speaking to an automatic interaction response system of the mobile resource merchant. Etipamph. Trade resources. I could sell them stuff. They only have iron. I definitely do not care. Okay, so my smuggler ship has reached its destination. I might just have it smuggle, just because that, you know, like in order to level up a captain, you have to have them doing the thing that they're good at. Oh no, please don't crash. Oh god, that was close. You lose quite a lot of reputation by crashing into stations. Not the end of the world, but I have a pretty bad habit of crashing into stations. Mostly because my stopping power, my actual ability to hit the brakes on this ship is god awful. I need to put some inertial dampeners on here, no joke. That is actually a block, and that would help me stop. All right, so we'll be able to convert all of this scrap. All of that scrap is salvaged from ships that I've destroyed. So just a little bit of a passive resource. It's not really that worthwhile. What I'm going to do is I'm going to head back towards our wormhole, because I want to go closer to the center of the galaxy where Neonite building knowledge is actually obtainable. And we can either do some missions for whatever shipyard, whatever faction that owns a shipyard with the building knowledge I want, or we could go and clear a pirate sector that is in the Neonite sort of tier, and then they'll hopefully drop it. But yeah, I mean, this game does eventually get kind of 4x as you gain, you know, combat fleets. Back to fleets for a moment. Let's just have a quick look at our fleet. Oh, one of them has a yield for me. Another 7,000 Neonite. I'm going to be loaded on Neonite when I actually want to build with it. That'll be great. Oh, they're idle. They're actually idle? Wow. That was a 3-hour real time, by the way. I had them doing that. I'll go ahead and show you what managing my mining fleet looks like. It's a source of passive income for sure. It's nice. I highly recommend it. Debatably, it's overpowered, but there they are. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna select mine, and I'm just gonna have them continue to mine the same area. Ambush probability is 92%. Now that's before I've selected escorts. I'm gonna unselect iron and titanium. I only want them to mine Neonite. I could have them mine titanium, but you can see it cuts the amount of Neonite they're gonna get in half. That being said, I probably could use some more titanium just to build some more ships and stuff. And I certainly have enough Neonite now to build with. So then I'm gonna have them, I could do them for like a 4-hour or 3.5 hour, 3-hour duration. Area is very rich in asteroids. We will be able to collect a lot of resources here. However, the area is teeming with enemies. Now, I have 3 escorts with them, and you can see that reduces their ambush probability to 10%. 10%, I like those odds, so go ahead and go and mine. I could reduce them even more if I give them another escort, but the thing is, the number of fleets I can have right now, or the number of ships I can have, is also gated behind getting Neonite building knowledge. So you can see a lot of things are really hinging right now. My progress is really hard stopped on the fact that I don't have Neonite building knowledge. So that's why I'm going to try my best to go and get some. First of all, I'm going to tell my smuggler ship, please go ahead and procure in this area some goods. Go ahead and procure for me some platinum. One of my favorite resources to procure. Yeah, and go ahead and do it illegally. And yeah, go ahead and do like the most amount. Now you can see they're gonna do it at negative 61% of the price of platinum. They're gonna do it at negative 61%, which sounds really good. But then when I go to sell it, they're gonna have to spend like something like a few $100,000 to unmark it so that it can actually be sold, to basically launder it. So this ends up kind of breaking even. Gonna go ahead and give them an escort. Yeah, okay, so we can't do anything else because our cargo space is gonna be filled up with platinum. So go ahead and do that, and I am gonna make my way steadily towards this location because that gives me a small but pretty, you know, sizable leap. There's a weird kind of meta mechanic to how hyperspace engines work. Like basically they have to cool off, and they have a certain amount of time they need to cool off. If you wait, if you just do nothing, then if they say they need 30 seconds, they will take 30 seconds to cool down. But if you gun it, if you gun your engines forward, then it cuts the time they need in like half. Yeah, so you can see that cooling is reduced to like a few seconds. However, that time spent gunning it is really eating in the power. You do kind of get a feel for like how energy production works in this game. It's interesting. It's a rate, and it takes a bit of time to accelerate or decline. So like if you've been really eating away at your power, you can see at the bottom there that red line starts to grow. That's the amount, like that's a rate of power being eaten. Even when you kill all of your power, you might actually like lose what little power you have left in your ship because it's still being eaten away by whatever activity you were doing. I don't think that these are things you really have to worry about. It's just interesting to me that they're there, and they definitely add to the immersion a little bit of the game, because, you know, there's a function again to how things work. So what I'm gonna look at Neonite. Aha, so I'm now within the parameters that I can actually acquire this. So yeah, gain 65,000 reputation and buy it at a shipyard, or clear a pirate sector. Optional, buy it for ores at a resource depot. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, that's very interesting. I actually hadn't considered that option. There's a shipyard there, there's a shipyard there. And this is owned by the clan of Peruki. I've been doing tasks for the clan of Peruki, but they are pretty difficult to please. So I'm only like halfway towards what I need. A long time ago, I played like one of the earliest versions of this game. This calculating jump route would take a lot longer because it wouldn't just have to generate the location that you were going to. It would also have to generate the space in between. And so the farther you jumped away, the more time it would need to like process all of that space in between. And it got kind of wild, like in the very early version. I don't know, maybe I didn't have as good of a computer as I do now, but it was kind of insane. You could like literally go and like make yourself a sandwich and a coffee, and you know, it would still be chugging away generating new space. But there is a repair dock that has a mission. Yeah, and they are with the clan of Peruki, so let's do a mission for them. Oh, they need metal plates. Okay, I feel like the quickest way to do this would be to use my wormhole device. Hyperspace engines must be fully charged. Yeah. Okay. I kind of, you know, small quality of life feature is I kind of wish you would see the wormhole opening up, see a little light emerging, and that's it loading the sector, and then it would actually open when the sector is loaded, just to let me know. So now we need to find a metal plate. This is a nice feature of this game, is I can actually literally just type in metal and it'll show me places, but it's also showing me metal mine, mineral metal plate factory right there. In fact, it's only one jump away. I'm already halfway there. One of our captains has sent you a yield. Oh, I guess I can do it because now I'm going to be waiting for my engines to cool down. So they're sending me 20. This is my smuggler who's sending me 22,000 back, which actually means they got quite a lot of platinum. So that means they're done. So let's go ahead and sort them out. Let's go to cargo, and what I'm going to do, have them travel first. I'll have them travel over to this black market here, take the escort with them. Fast, that'll be 4 minutes, and we're gonna have them sell the platinum over there because there's a black market there. I don't think it matters. I don't think you need a black market in order to sell goods, or at least you don't need a black market for your fleet to sell goods. They just kind of sell them, so it might actually be better to have them go to where the platinum is like a better price. Might be one of the reasons I'm not making it pay very well for myself. But let me see here. We're gonna go ahead and buy metal plates here. We need to buy only 52 plates. So we'll go ahead and I'll buy 152 metal plates. Yeah, that's what I've got. Okay, so we're gonna go to this place here. That'll be looks like two jumps. And then we use the wormhole, and that'll get us there as fast as we can. The multiplayer is surprisingly good. Like, you can just do your own thing, almost like in a kind of Minecraft sense, you know, work on your own fleet, work on your own ship, do your own missions. You can also have you and a friend both inhabit a ship where your friend is manning some of the guns in the ship, which is kind of neat. You can also do things like form an alliance. Like, you could have like as many of your friends as you want in one server doing the 4x thing, which is kind of wild to me. Ephemeral Ether Beta. So, you know, there's a lot of options for how you play Avorion. It's probably not as complex as something like Eve, but the fact that there are so many options for like single and multiplayer is kind of wild to me. Under attack, you've received a distress signal. I'll check that out. We'll do a little bit of combat before the end of this video. I actually do really enjoy the missions in this. I've just been also just enjoying doing the fleet management and like space trucker thing because I wanted to amass a good chunk of change. I haven't really had much to spend the money on. Deliver 52 plates. Thank you. So oh wow, that's nothing. We improved our reputation by 555. That's nothing. It would take us an eon to get to 65,000. Okay, so let's go check out that distress signal. Who knows? Maybe it'll be pirates, and maybe they will have what we need. And who knows? Like, if this video does well as well, I'd be happy to cover this game again and show off more gameplay. Maybe when I have a bit more to show off. I haven't really had an opportunity to show off how ridiculously powerful my ship has become. Looks like I'm actually protecting some Zoltan ships. Wow, these guys need a bit more coordination. They just like fully crashed into each other. All right, buddy, you're the last one. Take a hint. You have until I destroy you to take off. Nice trying. Goodbye. Thank you. You have our endless gratitude. Well, that was 7,000. Actually, quite a bit better. And I could go and collect all the stuff. I can so easily just keep playing this game, but I would probably continue to look for the resource depot. You can also, I could buy a map, equipment dock. I'm gonna go to the equipment dock and buy myself a map and map out the system a little bit. See if I can't get one that lists stations. And if we could just find out where where a resource depot is, that would make things a lot easier. Okay, so trade equipment. What we want to do, yeah, I want to go here. We can buy a faction quadrant map. This will give us sector stations. It's gonna cost $1 million and $1.50 and change, but we have money. We don't need to worry too much about that. So let's go here. Oh, I think what I'll do is I'm gonna travel here. The reason I didn't buy the best one, by the way, it was $1 million more, but I'm limited by my reputation again. They wouldn't have sold me the best one. So if I go to my inventory here, I'm gonna go ahead and use this faction quadrant map. My captain has sent me a yield. I think my cargo ship is also ready to go. So they've sent me 17,000, closer to 18,000 titanium and another 1,000 of neonite. They're 17% done. Also probably should check on my cargo ship. Want you guys to go ahead and sell in this area. Cargo to sell this with the escort. And yeah, they're gonna sell at -50%, which is still, I guess, technically better than what they bought, but still, it just doesn't seem very worth it to me. Still, they're gaining some experience. We should have sectors now. Repair, shipyard. Wow, there's just not a lot going on around here. Scrapyard. Oh, resource depot. Okay, so now let's just have a quick look. Is my mission still good? Yes, it is. Okay. If I look at the resource depot, talk to them. Building knowledge. Hey, they need raw ore. You can exchange raw ores from your cargo bay for building knowledge here. Need an RM mining laser to gather raw ore. Okay, but I guess this will make mining viable again. I could get back into mining. Okay, so I'll need to equip that specific mining laser, and then I can go and mine the raw ore. Oh, okay, I need 56,000 neonite ore in our ship's cargo. Oof, I won't lie, that's a lot. They actually do have some neonite, but again, it's going to be the resource and not the actual raw ore. So you can see, like, I have 90,000 right now, but that's over the course of, like, our fleet giving us all of that. Like, it's a lot. There is an option here, is I could have my fleet mining specifically raw ore if I give them the laser, and then I could have them bring it over here and transfer it to me. So that is an option. Is it a great option? Do I like it? No, not really. But is this gonna be faster than raising my reputation to 65,000? Still probably no. But it is an option. So the point here really is that getting to neonite, getting to the next tier is not straightforward. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. That means you have something that you need to work for. And like, this is just neonite. There's like 4 other resources after this that 4 other tiers that is going to be equally as difficult. But anyway, you can see, like, this is like maybe another slice of like what you can expect from this game, and like in terms of what your goals are going to be, how you're going to play, what you want to do. But anyway, this is Avorion again. Let me know if you want to see more of this when I maybe hit some of the higher tiers and maybe start learning about station building, because I really like this game and I plan on playing more of it. I'll see you guys next time. Take it easy.